right response. So let's keep this going, please. At this moment, I'm calling Representative Hackney. He's the chair of the legislative caucus. Representative Hackney, pleasure to see you here.
Just in his office. And they shoot me away saying he was in the thing.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to African American Legislative Day. How are you today? So my name is David Hackney. I represent the 11th Legislative District in South King County. And I'm also currently the chairman of the Legislative Black Caucus. We have a historic number of members of Legislative Black Caucus. We have 9 in the House and 2 in the Senate, the most we've ever had in the state of Washington. And numbers mean things. Numbers give us an opportunity to get things done. Numbers give us an opportunity to have our voices heard and to have our agenda acted upon. So with that, this is an opportunity we've got my other members here. We've got Representative Julia Reed from the 36th. Former Chairperson, Legislative Black Caucus, Representative Deborah Entman. Also, former chair of the Legislative Black Caucus, 30th, Taylor. Taylor is also currently the chairman of the Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee in the House. We are posting 2 black female chairpersons of 2 major committees in the House. Chair April Byrd chairs the Finance Committee, which is arguably one of the most important committees in the House, and again, the Civil Rights Judiciary Committee. So with that, any questions? Pardon me? The 11th district in South King County is Tukwila, Renton, and parts of Kent. Not in Scotland, I don't think.
Thank you, Chair Hackney. Welcome to your house. It's good to see you here. We look forward to seeing you around the campus today. Thank you for taking the time to come. My name is Deborah Entman, legislator from the 47th Legislative District. That area includes Kent, Auburn, and Covington. I am one of the founding members of the Black Member Caucus, something I'm very proud of. We started when there were just 5 of us. So as we have grown, we know that that is due to community support and making sure we have a message that is resonating with community. As you support us, we can support you. So I appreciate all of you being here. I want to say to the young people in this room, there are internship opportunities and opportunities to pay. You can go to our website to find out how to participate in those opportunities. Other folks start out here as pages, come back as interns, then become legislative assistants, and some day run for office. You can do that as well. So I want to make sure you know about those opportunities. I also want to say that as we have grown African American Legislative Day, as the community grows and continues to come down to Olympia, I want to remind folks that this is not the only day that you are welcome to be in Olympia. Come down anytime. Come down anytime. Sit in on a hearing and make sure that you know what is happening so that things aren't happening to you, but they are happening with you. Thank you for being here today.
Hi everyone, just really quickly, I'm Julie Reed. I represent the 36th Legislative District in that well-known historically black neighborhood of Queen Anne, Seattle. Good job for you. I'm the first person of color to represent the 36th ever in the history of the state, so I'm very honored to be your representative, and I just want to say that, you know, one of the wonderful things about being a member of the Legislative Black Caucus is knowing that we stand on the shoulders of giants here, that there are so many amazing black members who are here, like Rep. Entman, and who've been here a long time and who support us and guide us, and so many folks who came before, and it's so great to see all of you here continuing that legacy and that work. And you know, we've been doing some amazing work this session. We passed the first ever statewide rent stabilization bill out of the House. So call your senators if you think the rent is too high. And we are also working on really important environmental justice legislation and other really important bills this session. So we're honored to serve you, and I just want to echo what Rep. Entman said. Please come and visit us anytime. We love seeing everyone here. We love seeing all these black and brown faces on African American Legislator Day, and we love and welcome you every day of the year, and particularly our young people. You know, your voices are so important in our hearings on the issues that matter to you. We spend a lot of time here on education issues and housing issues and healthcare issues and things that are going to shape your futures, and you can come and comment. Your voice and your point of view is as valid, if not more so, than anyone else's in this building. So thank you all. Thank you to our elders for being here, to our young people for being here. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know y'all got it in you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. I am so glad to be here. My name is Representative Jamila Taylor, immediate past chair of the Legislative Black Caucus. I know you have all been here all day talking policy, talking politics, and talking the future of our people. We are here representing your interests. We are ensuring that we have a collective future that includes black futures. It includes black children, black women, black men, all of us as we are setting policy in Washington State. This also means that we're fighting rollbacks on things that the black community has prioritized, making sure that we can ensure that community safety includes us as a community, making sure that community safety also ensures when we are encountering law enforcement that they are accountable for their actions as well. When we're thinking about who gets to buy homes, we need to be a part of that conversation. We need to address the historical harms that have been done against us with facts and figures and real resources that come to us in our community. This is a long journey, and I know that this event has gone on for more than 27 years, and it'll go on for another 27 years. Some of you weren't even born when the first APRI Institute Charles Rowland African American Legislative Day was started. And you'll be here today, you'll be here tomorrow. I ask you to stand with us and bear with us as we are taking on attacks from the right, taking on attacks from those who do not understand our perspectives, taking on attacks from those who just don't understand that we are not a monolith. We are here to stand with you, taking your feedback, taking your insights, and taking your advocacy to ensure that we are advancing the needs of the black community. Thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to continuing the work all throughout the year.
Well, good afternoon. afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody is getting some good food. I want to start by giving my sorors in the back of the room a shout out. Thank you. I want to thank Ms. Pam for bringing her students down here. I see Ms. Erin, I see Mr. Aziz, I see lovely ladies of the Divine Nine. Thank you all for being here today. For those of you who I have not met, my name is Christine Reed. I have the honor and the privilege of serving as the state representative from the 30th Legislative District, that's South King County Federal Way area. I want to tell you guys a little bit of history in this building. In 2017, when I got elected, I became the first black woman to serve in the state legislature in 18 years. 18 years, y'all. And what you just got to witness is that we are now a Legislative Black Caucus strong of 11 members. 11 members. And that is because of the work that each and every person in this room has done to ensure that this truly remains the people's house. Not just white people's house, but all people's house. So I want to say, I know it took a toll for y'all to get here. I know some of you are missing work. Some of you are missing school, except for maybe it's not a school day today. But you're missing something. Some of you aren't actually missing school. You're happy that you're doing this instead of school. But it takes work to get here. Whether you had to drive here or you were lucky enough to walk across the street, showing up in this building takes work. And I want to tell you on behalf of my colleagues, every single day, we are operating in an institution that wasn't built for us, by us, or with our inclusion in mind. And it takes people like you showing up to remind our colleagues, to remind the institution, to remind the system that we belong here just as much as anyone else. So thank you for continuing to show up, for continuing to support us, for continuing to be the rock and the root of the community that we come here to represent. I just want to say thank you.
No, I want to say, and I'm proud, that the last two speakers representative are from my district, but I want them to let you know about the committee that they sit on and the work they're doing, especially around housing. So, you are.
Yes, Taylor, take it away.
So I want to talk about two things. We have the Community Reinvestment Program that was sponsored by Representative Morgan, who is not able to be here. This is to address the war on drugs and making sure that we make communities whole. So continue to look at the Community Reinvestment Program. Grant funding is coming out now. $200 million has been allocated to this fund to do everything from reentry, housing, youth development, legal resources for folks who are trying to change their lives. So really, this is for the people who have been impacted the most by our policies in the state and beyond. So please take a look at the Community Reinvestment Program. As well as we have the first in the nation Covenant Homeownership Act, which will provide down payment assistance to folks who have been impacted, subjected to harm by the racially restrictive covenants. And what's interesting about this particular act is that it's the first in the nation to also provide down payment assistance to those who are the descendants. So it's reparations-like, it's not direct reparations, but what we are doing is facing the harms that our community has been subjected to, and we're looking towards how we get more homeowners, more black homeowners in particular, in our community. The rent is too damn high. Let's get you in a home that is just yours. Oh, I see Representative Donaghy. Woo! Another member. This is a nice thing about having other members of our caucus, that we keep coming in, flowing in as we have multiple things that we have to do today. Representative Donaghy, would you like to share a welcome?
Hello, I'm Brandy Donaghy, State Representative in the 44th Legislative District, and I have no idea what to say because I literally just walked into the room, but hello. Feel free to reach out to me.
I'll open up. Anyone have any question for any of our representatives before they leave the room? Okay, one question from young person. Come on up. Yes, come on up.
Okay, I wanted to say that ever since COVID, we have seen a decline in students' mental health, and there's not enough being done, at least in my school. And I was wondering, what are some things that we should look forward to that addresses mental health, especially in the classroom?
Thank you for the question. Just today, we are releasing our budgets. And so, school mental health is actually addressed in two budgets. The capital budget, which I'm vice chair, as well as the appropriations budget. And we are putting more and more resources into the schools. We had, a couple of years ago, we had a bill that increased the staffing of nurses and other professionals in schools. We've had bills that talk about behavioral health resources, particularly in light of all of the drug overdoses and things that we have. So behavioral health is one of the most important areas that we're investing in. And you'll see that in this capital budget that we have coming out, which is about, in a supplemental year, going to be $1.5 billion. You're going to see significant investment in behavioral health resources.
I would say that the legislature has prioritized behavioral health for all ages. And just remember that we're launching the 988 phone line. So for suicide prevention, being able to call the 988 line instead of having to call 911, so you don't have a police response as the first response. This is something where community can take action in supporting each other. Also, making sure that we have resources for families as they're going through a lot of struggles. And that requires us to have culturally responsive behavioral health supports as well, because not everyone can talk to us about our problems. Not everybody understands what it's like to be Black in America. Not everybody understands what it's like to navigate different sides of our culture as well. So in terms of our behavioral health investments, we want to make sure that we're doing preventative care, early intervention care, and then when someone has an acute need to go into the hospital, we're there for you as well, to come back into community, come back into your family, come back into the fold.
Hi, my name is Naomi, and I'm a student at Feb. I am one of the crew commanders there. Thank you. At our school, we've had multiple occurrences with driver-student incidents. Since I was a freshman, at least one student each year has been hit by a car on Pack Highway. We've tried our best to work around it, but with our most recent incident in November being almost fatal, what do you guys plan to do about it? We've already contacted legislators, so what's the next steps and how can we assure scholar safety?
Smart questions to hold us accountable. We've had record pedestrian deaths in the state of Washington, and it's very difficult to determine what the cause is. One of the things we're doing, we have a pilot program of traffic cameras, because basically traffic deaths are largely a part of dangerous driving, speed, and alcohol. And we need to find a way to enforce that is also appropriate for the community. But I definitely understand, where you're coming from, and we definitely need to do something to stop the trend. One of the things that did not pass this year was a lowering of the blood alcohol level for driving. Because again, when you look at pedestrian deaths, you're going to find alcohol and you're going to find speed are going to be the greatest factors that impact it. And to save lives, we're going to have to reduce drunk driving, and we're going to have to encourage more responsible driving at a reasonable speed. And one way to do that, of course, is education. Is making sure that community members know the harm that they're caused when they get behind a 3,000 or 4,000 pound piece of equipment. And the other, of course, unfortunately, is law enforcement. Those are the two tools that we have. Student driver education. So that's what Rep. Taylor.
So another avenue around driver education is pretty critical. In Washington State, students aren't required to take student driver education, and the cost is pretty significant for a lot of families to do it in the private market. So I know that when I was on the Transportation Committee with Chair Hackney, we were looking at resources and bills that would allow for more driver education for students. Also looking at more resources for young people who are finding themselves driving inappropriately and getting into accidents. So thinking about how do we get kids into youth development programs, getting kids into activities where, you know, my favorite metric around youth development, youth program, youth violence prevention is when it said, when a young person comes to me and says, I like this apprenticeship program, what's next? What's next? What's next? I need something next. And so we need to continue to build out programs that have you getting information about civic engagement, financial literacy, driver's education, and access to all kinds of resources that unlock the world to you. Unlock the world to you. Sometimes you don't know what you know until you see folks who come in and talk to you about, you know, careers or opportunities that they did in their outside life. So driver education is an opportunity to go into all kinds of topic areas around how do we build out our community and make it more equitable.
I know this isn't part of the agenda, but I need a favor from all of you. You know, generally, you know, we are elected to do work for you, but there are times when you can do something for us. Megan Matthews has been appointed the director of the Office of Equity and has not been Senate confirmed. That's a disgrace. You should contact your senators and demand that there's a confirmation here. She is eminently qualified, she's eminently ready to go, and she deserves a Senate confirmation here. She's been appointed by the governor, she has recruited a staff, she has drive, direction, and motivation, and she needs a confirmation. And if that's not happening, they need to hear from every single one of us every day. You can email, you can call, you should demand Megan Matthews be confirmed as the director of the Office of Equity. Can you do that for me? Don't clap, you have to do it. You can do it as a student, you can do it as a retired person, you can do it as a professional, you can do it whatever you do. Megan Matthews confirmed the Office of Director of Equity. Has to happen. Thank you.
I got a question. Yeah, okay. I got one person, one young man.
I just got one question to ask. So my name is Nate. I'm from Eagles Nest. So before I graduated in November, I was actually trying to start up my own mental health kind of group thing, because I feel like a lot of youth don't talk to adults because they don't feel comfortable. So I want to find a way where we can gather around teenagers and like people around their own age to be able to talk, because I feel like a lot of youth don't feel comfortable talking with elders, they're more comfortable with talking with their own age. So I want to figure out who I can talk to or what I can do to set that up.
Last year, I got a $2 million proviso for youth violence prevention work, and having youth have youth-led programs and other services. You're right on mark, so come find me or Google me, and we'll make sure that we're connecting you with folks who can get you off the ground.
So we're gonna move on and have lunch. We're gonna ask the kids that have on a badge that has a lunch ticket, a blue ticket in the back of it, to stand up. We're gonna start here. You guys go that way and around. And also, before we leave, we want to say thank you to our state representatives for taking the time to come in here and address you all. Thank you, Representative Jamila Taylor.
Carrie.
I need you, young people, to grab your lunch and come straight back to your seats.
Yeah, that sounds great. I would say you guys.
Badass government teachers that I worked at to work with when I was a teacher. But I would love my teacher to come there. And that's a good
I thought you would take a lunch break.
Thank you.